Let's talk about Palantir, SoundHound, and DJT. Trump Media here, 3 stocks that are doing a lot of things right now, and obviously these are totally different stocks, totally different companies with what's going on. So first one, let's break off into Palantir. I don't want to talk about Palantir too much because there's nothing really new here with Palantir that I haven't talked about, every other YouTuber hasn't talked about, every water cooler talk that we haven't heard with everyone about Palantir right now. We love Palantir. It's the opportunity of a lifetime. If you're not buying Palantir, I don't know why you're not buying Palantir. You need to consult someone, talk to someone why you're not putting at least $10 to $5 in Palantir a week. You have no excuse at this point. You will be left out of the opportunity of a lifetime. With that, here we go. Today, finally, we saw some sell-off in Palantir. Finally, thank God. But it really wasn't much. I actually bought some Palantir today. I bought it in another new account I made. But anyway, with that, a little bit of pullback today in Palantir, but it's not a lot. I mean, it fell to 42 and some change. That's not really that big of a deal. Let's be honest here. So Palantir right now is literally, it's probably not going to let go of this $40 mark. It's not going to let go of this $40 mark because what's around the corner? What's around the corner is Palantir's quarterlies. And these quarterlies right now, they've got a lot to back up. They've got a lot to back up because what's been going on here the past few months here with Palantir. Let's bullet point this thing out. Let's write it out here. First of all, Alex has been coming out with interviews, and he hasn't done one in the past few weeks here, but before that he was doing a slew of interviews, and the main ones, like one of them in particular that he released, he literally was giving hints. Alex Karp himself, the CEO of Palantir, was saying, there's only so much a CEO can say because they have to deal with the FCC, all that. And, if Elon Musk has dealt with this in the past where he's said some things that he got in trouble for and got fined hundreds of thousands of dollars. So there's only so much these CEOs can say. Obviously, they can't give you, it's like betting tips. They can't say things they know out loud. That's why they have to be very careful in these interviews when they talk about upcoming quarterlies and all that stuff. They can't just come out and say like, hey, I've seen the quarterlies, they're going to blow your socks off. They can't do that. But Alex has come out here and he's essentially said like, hey, he's read between the lines here and he's given us some very big clues to what we've seen here and what we can see. Essentially saying, hey, Palantir's undervalued. We are not even remotely close to what we're about to see with Palantir. We are going to new levels that we have not touched yet with Palantir, with stock price, the company, where it's going. There's things that I cannot say right now, what he was saying. But saying that Palantir has no competition, that's a huge statement. And that's a statement that should put fear in you if you're not involved in Palantir, but also make you very excited about what's coming if you hold Palantir. Even if you have 5 shares, even if you 100 shares, 1,000 shares, be excited about what's happening here with Palantir. Think about people that bought Apple 20 years ago and they were like, this Apple thing, I'll buy a few shares. And then they just kept those shares for the next, decade. Yeah, that's a long time, and we're talking about putting some time in. I get that conversation. I get that. Look at this as a retirement thing. If you have a Roth IRA, a retirement account, look at this as something like that. Don't look at this as like a get-rich-quick scheme plan. Look at this as like, hey, I'm going to invest. I'm going to take my money. I'm going to take my capital. I'm going to put it in something worthwhile because everything's aligning here with this company. The stars sometimes do align. Friends, I've said this before, but I literally just had this conversation with a buddy the other day. I said like, dude, I don't think the general media, I don't think the general public understands that we are in the investment opportunity of a lifetime right now. There is such key moments happening right now that the public is not aware of, where like there's not just like one Apple right now, there's not just like one Amazon from 20 years ago. There's a handful of companies right now that you should be putting as much capital as you possibly freaking can right now. I'm not telling you to go commit a crime and get money, but I am telling you like, hey, you need to be very aware of what's going on right now with a lot of these companies. Palantir, Tesla, Amazon, SoFi, SoundHound. That's why I'm talking about SoundHound. There's a lot more. AMD, there's a lot more of these companies going on right now that the next 5 to 10, 20 years of these companies, they are going to be mind-melting, stock-splitting companies, stocks to hold. We are in the investment time opportunity. It is literally the gold rush right now. It is the gold rush. If somebody's telling you, I just can't find something to invest in, I don't know, the market just, I just can't find. Listen, the market's probably going to crash regardless. I don't think it matters who's going to be president. I think the market's going to have a reboot regardless. I've spoken that. I've said that. We're not getting out of that. It's going to happen. The rate cuts, inflation's, rate cuts are happening, but inflation's out of control. It's going up. Job reports, not great. It's going to blow up here sooner or later. Okay, whatever. So that's why you need to be putting your money in good stocks. This is not a situation where I would be telling a dear friend like, hey, there's this new startup company. They're not meeting quarterlies. They're not doing fantastic right now, but I think in 5 to 10 years, they're really going to be something special. I'm not telling friends about that. I'm telling friends about companies that are killing quarterlies right now, that next year they should at least be doubling what they're doing right now in revenue. SoundHound. These are things you want to be focusing on right now with your money. So if you're not in Palantir, you need to really ask yourself, why am I not in Palantir? It's not getting cheaper. And this is why these next quarterlies with Palantir are so important. Because Palantir has been taking on these deals. It's been taking on these conversations that Alex Karp has been putting out into the media saying like, hey, we're undervalued. We're going to continue to rise. We've got things coming that people don't even know about yet. There's a lot going on in the background. Hint, 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 double hint. So these things are accumulating and rising the stock price of Palantir right now. That's why you're paying over $40 for Palantir share right now. It is, you gotta pay to play for this stuff right now, to pay to play with it right now. That's why it's so expensive, and it's gonna keep getting expensive. If these next quarterlies come out right now with Palantir in the next 2 weeks here, if these next quarterlies come out and they are face melting quarterlies, even the slightest bit with Palantir, it's going to be a nuke on this company. You're going to see it go to $55 to $60. Watch and wait. Watch what happens. Look at the run we've had. Look at the run we've had with Palantir here since October 1st. We went from $36 to now pretty much we've accomplished 45 at this point. We're pretty much almost at 45. I think we'll round it up. We've hit the 40, we'll round it up. We'll round it up $2 here. We'll be there soon at 45. But, that was just the beginning of October. You go back just to, the beginning, say, let's talk about July. Where were we in July? July, we were at $23. From July until now, you've doubled your stock price. That's a pretty good investment right there. That's a pretty good investment. Friends, I'm just trying to encourage you. I'm trying to make you be happy. I saw some comments today with people like, well, it fell today. You should be dancing and thanking God it fell today. That's why I said I bought more of it today. I don't get when people are very selfish and insecure when it comes to stocks. Like if you buy a stock, they get way too emotional. If you buy a stock, say you bought Palantir at $40. You bought it at an even 40. You caught it at $40. And then it's not within 48 hours to 4 days from there. It's not at, $45 and you're complaining. You understand there's not many other stocks out there. There's not many other companies that are moving so dominant right now in the stock market. There's only a handful moving like this right now. Friends, look at this as an opportunity of a lifetime. Why do you think every YouTuber is talking about Palantir? Why do you think everyone's saying this is the opportunity of a lifetime? Because we know it is. We know they're going to meet quarterlies. The question is, are the quarterlies going to be like out of control? I don't know, but I'm not missing this opportunity. I'm not missing it. All right, I'm going to shut up about Palantir. I hope that encouraged somebody. Man, when I see people be like, oh, it fell today, look at it as an opportunity. Look at it as an opportunity. Man, look at the 6-month chart on this thing. I'm done. All right, let's talk about SoundHound a little bit here. I've said this once, I'll say it again. I 100%, I 100 believe, 100%, I can't even talk, I'm so excited about it. I believe 100% that SoundHound is going to be the dark horse in the background of 2025. They're estimated to beat revenue. They're estimated to double revenue next year. This time next year is going to be a different company. And I don't really go off this stuff, so I hate saying this, but I'm going to say it publicly. You know, when you look up every article, every analyst right now with SoundHound, literally they're all saying it's undervalued. This should be a double-digit stock. This stock is an $8 to $12 stock right now. We're all saying it. We all see it. We see what's coming. That's the biggest thing right now. It's what's coming here with SoundHound. AI is going to move the market again here soon. When we see the next bull run in the market, whenever that may be, I don't know. AI will be leading that charge. AI will be leading that charge. It's obvious right now that AI is in full control of the market. Okay, good, great. We understand that. Good. The thing right now is that you want to be in AI stocks that are good. But look at this AI stock right now that's under $6. 4 days ago, it was under $5. Right now, SoundHound, I believe, is the opportunity of a lifetime. I believe it is a huge, it is a huge opportunity right now. Now, obviously, this is not a Palantir. This is not an NVIDIA. This is not an AMW. This is nothing like that. This is baby company. This is what could be in the next 3 to 5 years. This is get in now before it gets way too expensive. So we're seeing things like this start to take place where, we're seeing investment companies start to pick up a lot of shares. They're starting to buy into SoundHound. Not to mention, if you don't know, you should know. I think most people do know, but earlier in the year here, NVIDIA made a huge investment into SoundHound for them as a company. Now, obviously, if you become an investor in SoundHound, you'll catch the gossip and the whisper pretty soon. A lot of people generally think there's a lot of whispers going on with SoundHound right now, but that's one reason it's getting so popular. But a lot of people do believe that NVIDIA could buy SoundHound one day. That is absolutely 100% just gossip right now. There's no proof for that one. There's no proof. So I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying that's happening. I'm just saying a lot of us think that could be a possibility in the future. And obviously, NVIDIA can do whatever they want. They can buy Africa. They can do whatever they want. They got the money. They do what they want. So if you were to, accumulate SoundHound shares, what would that look like? Well, your SoundHound shares would just turn into NVIDIA shares, however they split that. That's a different conversation. And obviously, too, SoundHound is working with a lot of automated automobile technology right now. They're really focusing in on that. And obviously, too, restaurants are buying up a lot of their what they do. But a lot of people are talking about SoundHound and Tesla or another big EV company could be working together. That's possible. We don't know yet, though. We don't know. What I do want to say is that SoundHound, I believe, is going to be the dark horse of 2025. Friends, being an investor is a lot of being a detective. When you want to find opportunities, you have to put on your detective goggles and you have to just put on the Sherlock Holmes cap and you just got to start looking. You got to start reading. You got to start putting pieces together and possibly, possibilities for where could happen. And right now, SoundHound is one of those companies that, listen, I'm not telling you to take your money and put it in it. What I am telling you is to look at it. Put it on the watch list. Watch it, read about it, study it. Don't miss what's happening over at SoundHound. At least know about the company. That's the biggest thing. Watch what's happening with SoundHound. Very interesting. Okay, not going to talk about SoundHound anymore. Let's talk about DJT. So, lot going on here with DJT. So, this is Trump Media stock here. Now, this is a completely different conversation. This is probably a completely different investor person watching the video at this point. That's why I save it for last. It's a completely different situation. I don't want to beat a dead horse over the head here and sound like a broken record, so I'm going to try not to repeat myself too much with what I've already said about this company. But I've been talking about this company for 4 years now. I believe First, I'll say this. I believe the lifespan of this company 100% solely relies on Trump winning here in 3 weeks. If Trump does not win this election, this company will be melted down, sold off, and you will never hear about it probably within 2 years from now as it's broke apart. Why do I say that? I say that because the general media, with where it will go if Kamala wins, this company will be destroyed and lawsuits after lawsuits will be put on it. So that's why I say, if Trump does not win, this is a very dangerous stock to hold. I see people talking about this company is going places, doing things. This is a brand new company. This is not a company that you need to look at as a long-term investment right now. This is a get in at the right time, sell it, make bank, buy back in cheap, sell high, make bank. This is a cutthroat opportunity right now, and people know that are playing it that way. This stock melted down to $12 here just a few weeks ago. Now it's shot back up into the 30s. Now look at this right here. We've seen this before. Looky what happened. The stock was halted. They halted it again. The stock was moving so aggressively that it just got halted again. It went up to almost $35 and then they halted it again because it's obviously just it's a manipulated stock. It's FOMO. It's people pushing it. Essentially day traders slicing it, just scalping it. Essentially, just scalp, and it's just driving up volume. I don't believe in the halting thing. I think it should be illegal. I don't think they should be allowed to do it. If you're gonna be a part of it, you're going to learn a lesson, and there's people putting a lot of money in it, and if they want to scalp money out of it, that's the name of the game, baby. So I do not agree with the halting whatsoever. It disgusts me. It just disgusts me. And they do it because their whole thing is like, people don't know and they get caught in situations and they should know better, blah 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 blah. The outcome of DJT right now, Trump media. And one reason this stock is going up right now is because Trump right now is very close in the polls, and that depends which part of the media you're looking at right now. But on top of that, what can't be ignored right now with any kind of media is that Trump is winning when it comes to the betting average. He is annihilating Kamala when it comes to the betting average with every swing state and just the general country. He's annihilating the whole bet, so he's winning. That doesn't mean he's going to win the election. It just means that the general public that are betting on the election have Trump winning in a landslide in a few weeks here. With that, as that continues to rise here, which it seems to be week by week, the stock is going up. The problem is they're halting it. They're stopping it. The Trump Rogan podcast, we do not have a date for that, but it sounds like this is happening. Now with that, I believe that will be a big hit on the stock for good. I believe I don't even know that they're going to announce that. I think Joe will probably just do it and then release it to the public, and it's just there. I don't think he's going to say like, hey, it's coming out at 1 o'clock. He doesn't do stuff like that. He doesn't care. I think he'll do it in privacy and then it will be released. I think the stock will move pretty aggressively with that podcast if it does come out, because it will be a huge publicity stunt for Trump, and it will really push the stock. If Trump wins this election, this stock will go it will go crazy. It will go crazy. I cannot give you a number. I don't know, but it will defy all odds. It will make no sense, but it will go crazy. It's a gamble. And listen, when I say these things about Trump media, I'm not being mean. I'm not trying to put anyone down or anything like that. If you're playing this smart, if you're in this, man, I'm happy for you. I encourage you. But what I do say is that take profit where there's profit, and don't get too attached to this. Don't get too emotional with it. Where there's FOMO and where there's like this kind of just this push right now, there's money to be made. The most money I've ever seen made with people and in the market is when there's FOMO. That's when I've had the biggest hits. When there's just FOMO, when you attach yourself to something, when you attach yourself to a out of control train. That's the reality of the situation. So friends, listen, I wish all of you the best of luck. I want this to work, but and this is not me being negative about Trump. This is not me being negative about Trump media. So please don't get too emotional with what I'm saying right now. But knowing what is going to happen if he does not win this election, just to him personally, this company, this stock will be decimated. Get out. Make sure you're playing this right. Do not hold this stuff after the election if he does not win. Get out. Don't think it's going to move up. It is not. It will sell hard. Not being negative. I just want you to understand what this is right now. Okay? Understand the media will rip this company apart. It will rip it apart, and it will be nothing left. Nothing left. Friends, I wish you all the best of luck. Palantir, SoundHound, DJWT here. Those are my thoughts on them, and I wish you all the best of luck on these plays. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.